All right, let's go ahead and get rolling. We're gonna make our way out to the track. Make sure in those automatics, you have to have it all the way down to manual mode. All right, now's a good time to just clear our mind. Remember, there's a lot that's going to be going on out there. So we just need to stay focused. Want to continue to turn our head. Find those apex cones, okay? And make sure we wait for all the turning points before we make our corner or start turning our head. We're going to wait right here, make sure all the groups can get gathered up behind us. Let's go ahead and make our way out onto the track. Alright, so through turn number 9, we're going to get back over to the left side, set ourselves up for turn 10, and we're going to just turn our head. Remember, this apex curbing is extremely wide through 10. Want to try to use as much of it as you can. There you go, so Sonny, you got a lot more of that apex curbing you can use. First lap's going to be a warm-up lap, especially because there's only the two of us in the group. You guys are going to work your way up into 5th gear, and then our eyes are up for turn 1. Now remember, in the brake zone for turn 1, there is one downshift that's going to take place you down into 3rd. And then we're going to turn our head, scan across to the right. There you go, turn the wheel, Sonny, all the way down to that apex. And now squeeze the throttle as we exit the corner. Got to look a little further ahead, Sonny, because you're at that apex just a little bit too late, buddy. Okay, coming down for turn number 2. Right to the edge of the asphalt. Good. Squeeze the throttle. Eyes up to that one marker that we have right up ahead. Remember, you guys are in 5th over that crest. Then we have our 1 downshift into 4th. For 3, turn the wheel, Sonny, all the way down to your apex. Gradually increase your steering now. Give us some throttle and control our exit with the amount of throttle we give. We're going to hold our steering until we're pointing back to the right. Y'all are in 4th gear at this point, and then in the brake zone, you downshift 1 into 3rd, look at left. With my brake lights, drag it, accelerate off the apex. And Sonny, you still got to look further ahead there, buddy. Okay, you're turning in very, very late for these corners because you're watching me instead of where you want to be. Okay, coming down the inner straight, you guys are going to work your way up into 4th and then stay in 4th. Get out to the left as we're approaching 6th. This apex curving pretty wide, want to use it all. Back over to the left, Sonny, set ourselves up for the S's. There you go. And then remember, it's all right, buddy. You gathered it up. You just gotta be a little bit more patient to that portion of the racetrack. But way to really gather that one. That was good. Okay, remember, as you go a little bit quicker, our level of concentration is gonna have to be a whole lot higher. Okay. You have that brake pedal, so if you find yourself in a pretty bad situation, just make sure you use those brakes. I'm gonna go a little quicker. Stay focused, guys. Okay, work our way. 4th to 5th, and then we have our 1 downshift in the brake zone. There you go, looking out to the right. Turn the wheel, Sonny, turn it. Squeeze your throttle. Drive down the left, look across to the right. All the way to the apex. There you go. Continue to add your throttle, eyes up for the 1 marker. Mike, just stay smooth, up into 5th, Sonny. And then remember, we have that 1 downshift here in this brake zone. So look right, Sonny, look right. There you go. Find that apex, turn your hand. Turn, now squeeze your throttle. Okay, now, you started to break away from that apex curbing pretty early, and the only reason why is you got on throttle because it's too aggressive. So next time, we have to feed our throttle in just a little bit smoother, okay? Turn the wheel, Sonny. You can't can't be that far off the apex, buddy, especially at this speed. You're going to go off into the gravel, so just look a little bit further. Okay, you've got to be so much more precise with it. The track is only 36 feet wide, and you're going, 80, 90 mile an hour into a turn. Just lift, Sonny, and then when we get to the straight here, buddy, we're going to gather our group up. Don't want to be too spread apart. There you go. Okay, I see you, Mike. Let's go ahead and get a good run down the straight. Go ahead and accelerate. We're all together again. Remember, you guys are gonna work your way into fifth. Out to the right. Down to your apex, Sonny. Use the curbing. Turn. Out to the left. Looking out to the right for 2. Turn it in. Now lift off the throttle and squeeze. Squeeze all the way into it. Stay up on the throttle. Upshift. 5th gear. Stay lean like 5th gear. In the brake zone. Down to 3rd. Look right, Sonny. Find your apex. This time when you get on throttle, be a little bit more progressive with it. You're going to go off track, Sonny. I'm slowing you down. So we're going to do a slow pace lap because you guys aren't focused right now, and it's not worth it to go off into the gravel, okay? So just follow me. We're going to go a little bit slower. So we're going to do a nice easy lap, okay? Just take a deep breath. Let's focus. Remember, we're the throttle pedal. It's not an on-off switch, okay? We have to squeeze into it. And Sonny, we got to use these apex curbings, man. Okay, even on this slower pace lap, I just want to see your line. Use the curbing. Turn, 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 turn. You're going right around them. Remember, these curbings are 3.5, 4 feet wide. If you go around it, that's 4 feet that you don't have on the exit, that extra room that you need when you're going faster. There's only a few curbings we get to the base on instead of using it all. Okay, so like turn 10. Follow me, Sonny. Look how much curbing that is, right? That's how much we want to use. We're not going to accelerate. I'm not going to go that quick. We're going to do another slow lap. Okay, so when we come into 1, you have your reference boards over here on the left. Okay, you can see it counting down. After that 1 marker, you can see that orange cone stand by itself. That's our turning point, okay? We already know where it's at. We're going to turn our head, find our apex to the center of 1. Now, Sonny, I want you to follow my line exactly. Okay, turn all the way down, use that curbing that you have provided, and then back over to the left side. Now, turn 2 doesn't have the curbing, but there is still an edge to the asphalt. So we want to turn in and gradually increase our steering all the way to the edge of that asphalt where that apex comes at. Okay, then we're really going to just kind of hold our hands a little bit up until the point of when the nose of the car is pointed for that 1 marker up the hill. That's going to be our straight line up, okay? Okay, now turn 3, you got to follow me here, okay? I want you to follow my line exactly. Our turning point's here on the left, our apex is over there on the right. We're going to gradually turn in all the way down to the apex. Turn, 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 turn. Now start squeezing the throttle, and the car gets to the left at the start of the red and white paint over here. Not before that. If you get there too early, you're going to go right off track. Back over to the right. You got your turning cone over here on the right, looking out to the left, and then we'll turn it in. Turn 5, your turning point and your apex are pretty close. Your hands move fast. Turn your head. Base of the curbing through 5 because of how tall it is, and accelerate up. turn 6 is coming up. Turning cones over here on the right, looking out to the left. And just turn the wheel. Turn it, turn it, turn it. Get to the curbing, stay on it. Same thing, Mike. Get on that curbing. Turn the wheel. Good. Okay, now coming through the S's. You got to use the curbing here. Stay to the left in order to make this right through turn 7. Side left edge, Sonny. That's going to open up the radius for AB. And don't go all the way over to the right like that for now. In the middle of the track is sufficient. If you go too far, you're going to turn the wheel so much that it'll actually get loose on you because of how much load you'll put on the right side. Okay, we're going to go faster. Pay attention when we go quicker. Work your way to 5th. We have our 1 downshift, looking across to the right. Look at my brake light. Now squeeze that throttle, Sonny. Nice job. Apex through 2, turning. Got there just a little early. It's okay. Eyes up for 3. Look for that 1 marker. Okay, now start braking straight. Look across to the right. This is where I want you to be a lot smoother with your throttle. When we start to exit 3, start turning the wheel. Turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it, turn it. Now squeeze smoothly. Get to the left at the start of your red and white paint. That was a million times better. Good job. Okay, now find your apex for 4. Use that driver's side window. Turn your head. Use the curbing through the middle. Back to the right, setting up for 5. Use your driver's side window here again and get to the base of the curbing. Turn the wheel. Now accelerate coming out. Nice job, Sonny. Big improvement, man. Big improvement. Nice job, Mike. That was very good through 5. We get all the track. Okay, now we're looking out to the left as we're coming into 6. Turn your head. Start turning the wheel. Turn it on the curbing. There you go. Back over to the left. Nice job. Okay, now balance with the brakes. Look out to the right. Turn the wheel. There you go. And then we're coming into 8A. Same thing, just balancing. Always the outside left edge this time. Now turn more. Look left. There you go. Back over to the left side here, Sonny. Braking all the way to the left. Don't want to pinch off your entry. All right, and then this time here, we're going to be doing a rotation. So I'm going to have you go all the way over to the right. And then you're going to park the car there or stop it. Mike's going to pass you. So, Mike, you come right down the left side. And then, Sonny, once that 62A passes you, you jump right behind him. Good job, Sonny. Even when you're in the back of the group, just stay focused, man. Okay, just really work on that line for me, Mike. Up to 5th. You're good, Sonny, right behind him. Start braking, Mike, down to 4th. Come on up, Sonny. Keep going now. There you go, looking out to the right, Mike, for 2. Right to the apex, we're going to squeeze our throttle, middle of the track, eyes up for 3. Right there, up into 5th gear, Mike. We're going to go straight across, start to apply your brake, looking out to the right. There you go, turn your head, find your apex. You were pretty early on your turn in there. The second I turned in, you started turning in. Okay, you got to just wait a few feet longer before you start actually trying to rotate the car. Back over to the right. So give you that straight braking zone. There you go, Mike. Now stay on the throttle. Now start applying brake. Look left. There you go, down to the apex. Okay, now down the inner straight. Remember, you're going to come up into 4th here, Mike. Start to apply your brake, looking out to the left, find your apex for 6, wait for your turning point, turn in. There you go, back to the left side, and then our eyes are up for our S's. Okay, now all the way to the outside left edge here, Mike. Back to the middle of the track, looking out to the left. Good. And then this will give you that straight braking zone, looking out to the right, down to that apex. All right, awesome. Now go ahead and accelerate down the straight. Sonny, Sonny, Sonny. You got to focus more than that, man. We can't turn in early for 10 like that, okay? You got to turn in a little bit later. Looking out to the right, Mike. Yeah, you're down to 4, looking right. on, squeeze your throttle, Mike. Okay, our eyes are up now for turn 3 at this point. Let's look for that straight line up the hill. There you go, there it is. Now just start braking in a straight line. You're down to 4, looking right. My brake lights, drag them in. Squeeze your throttle. Still there a little bit early. Try to get there just a few feet later. I mean, not too much. But if you get there a little bit later, your throttle will be a little bit more aggressive, Mike, and then you'll use all the track on your exit. You'll use every little bit of that asphalt you have provided. Okay, use your driver's side window as we approach 5. Nice. Wait for your turning point. There you go, all the way down to your apex, back across to the left side, and then look right through your S's here, Mike. Okay, you can see all 3 of those apex cones. Remember that it's important to keep the car left before we turn right for 7. Good. Okay, now, Sonny, I see you coming through 9. This time, wait for that turning cone through 10. And we're going to pull over so we don't pass this group here, gentlemen. Much better job through turn 10 there, Sonny.
I'm getting a lot of feedback.
Okay, Mike, we're going to have to just kind of work with it right now. We'll try to figure it out for the next group there, or the next time you go out, fortunately. Are you able to understand me?
Yes.
Okay, then we'll just fix it when we come in then. Just remind me. Let's get back to the left side, Mike. You're going to stay behind me. There you go, let's get back up the pace. Start looking out to the right. Find your apex for 1. All the way down. Squeeze that throttle nice and smooth. Eyes up for 2. There we go. Middle of the track, looking for 3. Remember that straight line. Excellent job, Mike. That's been a pretty good lap for you, man. Okay, eyes up for 8A. Turn in. Back to the outside left edge. Find 8B's apex. We're going straight down the middle. Remember to lift before you turn in for 9. Back across to the left. And then we're going to look right as we're coming through 10. Sonny, wait for that turning cone, buddy. Turn the wheel, Mike. Sonny, wait for the turn in. There we go. Okay, looking out to the right. Start turning in. Get back and on the throttle right there, Mike. Squeeze. All the way up the hill. Find that 1 marker. We're looking for that. That's going to give you a nice straight braking. So remember, hard initially. Just wasn't hard enough quite at all coming into the corner. You gotta brake much harder initially, Mike, when you come into these. Because if you progressively brake like you tried to there, right, you try to make up a lot of time on your brake zone, you'll turn the wheel, the car won't turn, kind of like you experienced. So, you know, a little bit harder next time. Alright, so Mike, I'm going to have you go over to the right, Sonny's going to come behind me, and then we're going to do a cool down lap. So during this cool down lap, I just, work on being as precise as you possibly can, gentlemen, okay? Those apexes, want to be right on top of them. If you have 3 feet of curbing, use 3.5 feet of it. Okay, so just turning our head, try to follow right on the line I'm using. Be precise with it. Okay, turning cone, apex through the middle. That's going to give you your best exit. Most amount of room to accelerate aggressively off. Looking for 2. Right in the dip, you lift, the car closes its radius, the throttle steer. And then eyes are up for turn 3. So right there, Sonny, if you noticed, you got to turn the wheel after your apex to kind of line up with me. Turning a little later, and what you'll find is when you get to your apex, you're not going to turn the wheel more. Instead, you'll be able to start to slowly unwind it, right? If you can unwind the wheel, you're going to be able to get to throttle more aggressively because you have more front end grip. Just try to think about all these little things, how they come in play, and it'll help you out quite a bit. Yeah, you don't want to drive too deep into every single corner. Pull your brake zone back a little bit too, and then you can brake lighter. Even though your braking distance is going to be longer by the time you get to the apex, since the car is going to be better balanced, you'll actually roll through the corner faster, and that's going to help your exit speed. If your exit speed is faster, that's what's going to lead you to the next corner quicker. You don't win races or you don't go fast on a track in the brake zone. You go fast by exiting the corner quickly. So if you just drive into your brake zone as deep as you possibly can, and then brake hard, you're going to kill all your momentum, and that's going to, lead to a slower lap time. Let's get those turn signals on. We're going to come on in, and then when we get on the paddock, feel free to get some air inside the car. And then you can get those windows down. We'll take it in.